ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by Fourth Terrace Diagnostic Center.
Welcome to sports, everybody. Professional boxer Tyrone Oliver set to attend a 3-week training camp down under before stepping in the ring again next month in Japan. The opportunity came about after Oliver competed in Turks and Caicos last December.
Tyrone is on his way for 2 years, back and forth, 2-year contract. United Fighters Club in Australia, and they're raving and they're ready for him. They look at him like the Floyd Mayweather. The promotions are already going crazy, and it's going to be exciting. It's going to be fireworks.
Something I've been looking forward to for 14 years, since I was 12. So everything just, just time. We're just waiting on time, and this is the time to make it happen.
They told us, they said, listen, we're going to build Tyrone. We're going to make sure that he can raise up, get the ring generalship, the experience he needs, and we're going to surround him with the right people. Take care of his family.
I don't need to know anything about him. I'm not searching, not doing any research or anything like that. Just putting in my work, believing in my skills and abilities. And whoever they put in front of me will fall.
We already have some sparring lined up with Jeff Horn and Timizu, some world-class fighters, just to get him out of the rust, because he's been eager to fight since December. We've turned down numerous fights in the U.S. just for this opportunity. We see it as a golden opportunity. And trust me, his goal is that Commonwealth Championship belt, and we're going to work our way up from there.
With the fight taking place in Japan, that's one of the countries the coronavirus is already in. Oliver and his management team planning to deal with that situation the best way possible.
What's meant for me will be for me. If it's not for me, it wouldn't be effective upon me, my health, or anybody surrounded by me.
I'm in that position to take precautions. I think that's why he's not so worried about it, because I want to make sure that everything around us is taken care of, sanitized. We take all precautions on our journey as we go down there, and to make sure that he returns safely.
The International Olympic Committee in Switzerland for a 2-day executive meeting. Officials have repeatedly stressed the Games will go ahead as planned despite the outbreak of the coronavirus. However, the Tokyo Games could be postponed until the end of 2020 in a bid to halt the spread of the virus. Japan's agreement with the IOC potentially allows them to delay the Games, with test events for the Olympics having already been cancelled amid the outbreak. Now, Sports Minister, the Honorable Anisha Rolle, was asked about the issue outside of Cabinet this morning.
The Bahamas Olympic Committee are the main organizers of that event on our behalf. We're keeping in close contact with them. I understand that they are waiting word from the International Organizing Committee as to what the status will be, but we know as it relates to the coronavirus that there are developments every day, and so for the safety of individuals, they are monitoring this, and they indicated, the BOC that is, they will advise us as to any changes in relation to the Olympics.
David Slater keeping his place on the mountaintop. Now the 5-time champion on the Bahamas Bowling Federation's nationals list, which finished up over the weekend. He spoke about what's up next.
I'm going to Florida in April to bowl a PBA 50 tournament. So the Professional Bowlers Association, they've got a tour for 50 and over people, So it'll be nice to bowl against some of my peers at the professional level. That's going to be in Florida. My objective there is to cash. I think the top 50 spots cash. So it's going to be very stiff competition. These will be the guys, when I go over there, I want their autographs, But it'd be nice to beat a few of them, And maybe, who knows, maybe the end of it, say, hey, do you want my autograph? That'd be kind of cool, So I'm looking forward to that. Then later in the year, we've got PABCON Seniors in Colombia. And then there's the World Cup trials that'll be coming up. And then the World Cup in Kuwait, sorry. So those are the main tournaments I'm looking forward to.
The Bahamas Scholastic Athletic Association's sudden death basketball playoffs continuing yesterday at the Donald Davis Gym. A good one in the primary girls division between the Temple Christian Sons and Kingsway Academy Saints. When the final buzzer sounded, it would be Temple Christian advancing with a 12-8 win. Alejandro Rojas led the Suns with 4 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals. Azaria Marshall adding 4 points and 4 steals. The Shante Sitters, she had a game-high 7 points for the Saints to go along with 5 rebounds and 2 block shots.
Most of it, I think, is just the girls up and keeping composure. They really they got themselves down a little bit, and the way the game was going was a physical game in the midst of it. And the girls really kept their composure. They remembered what they would have been told. They remembered how they was coached. And I think it was just because of their grit and the determination that helped them pull it away.
It's always physical, and the fact that we're in a gym now and not on a concrete floor, the girls look forward to the opportunity to slide, to jump, to run as hard as they can without worries of strawberries. You understand what I'm saying? Most times, Kingsway and Temple Christian play rough because we're right up the road from one another. That's a rivalry.
Girls' games are normally more aggressive for the most part in terms of just the hand checking and so on and so forth. But the girls, they play it through it for the most part. It's one thing that it gets them used to what's going to come ahead because the road's only going to get harder from here on out. But I was glad to see that they was able to pull away with the win.
It's an extremely successful year for us. First time for most of these girls playing basketball. So we're very proud of them, and by the grace of God, we'll come back again.
Kingsway Junior boys also on the court yesterday. They got a bit of revenge, sending Genesis packing 31-6. Shabazz Hines outscoring Genesis all by himself, finishing up with 15 points and 5 boards. Nathan Wallace had 5 points, 5 rebounds, and 2 steals in the loss. The court as he is on it, the Grand Bahama native played his fair share of AAU basketball games, which pays huge dividends for a young player's development. Nowadays, Buddy has his own AAU team in Oklahoma, where he went to college, and they go by the name Buddy Buckets.
To be here, starting the academy and giving a lot of young kids the opportunity to be on a team that gets better. Buddy's all about development. He's even came and did camps with us and worked with kids, and when he's here, he actually works with kids. He's not just in signing autographs.
On to the pro hardwood now. Last night, Obras going down 91-84 to Amnasia. That was down in Argentina. Jonathan Augustin-FAIRELL finishing up 6 of 10 from the field. He had 15 points, 5 rebounds, 2 assists, and 2 steals in 26 minutes. Obras sitting 13th in the standings at 10-14. They're back out again on Thursday. ZANE Knowles selling in well in Bulgaria with Levski. They were in the win column last night, 98-66 over Barrow. Knowles 6 of 10 from the field. He finished up with 18 points and 6 rebounds in 23 minutes. Levski playing again on Saturday. New Providence Basketball Association tipping off its first-round playoffs last night at the AF Adderley Gym. Our Kelsey Johnson was there.
Mathematical genius, but I'm sure you need 5 to start the game of basketball. So when one doesn't show up, why not put them on grace period until the 5th man shows? And when he does, an additional 2 minutes is needed for a rub down with Bengay or Icy Hot, and since it's grace, why not let them throw in a stretch to get the old joints percolating? Is it time to play ball as yet? Well, the Commonwealth Bank Giants were ready and practically ran the Island Dimension and Development Wolverines out of the gym.
We got out there early lead. We didn't want to start losing focus and pick up bad habits, so we just wanted to stay sharp on defense and rebound and come up with the win.
They're the defending champions for a reason, so we got to owe them that respect and just come out and fight hard.
The Wolverines simply had no answers for the Giants, who headed into the half up by more than 20 points. Since the players' game plan wasn't working, maybe, just maybe, their head coach, who strolled in at the end of the second quarter, could draw up a play that would put them back into system.
We have a good coach. We's a new team, so in order for us to get things going, we just got to practice a lot more. Me and the guys can just regroup and come back and be ready for the next game.
I wasn't too much focus on the other team, but I guess these guys wasn't ready to play, and we came out ready, so we jumped out on them real quick and never looked back.
The lopsided game was won by the Giants 94-59. The Giants scored 16 points of turnovers, 48 points in the paint, and 32 points off fast break. Their bench netted an additional 36 points.
We're going to try to keep getting better every game, and hopefully we'll come up with the victory again.
Can you bounce back?
Yeah, definitely. We have a lot of fight in our team. A lot of us been playing in this league for years, so they don't scare us. We just ready to go.
Kelsey Johnson, ZNS Total Sports.
The college basketball season winding down. The Benedict Tigers opening up play in the Southern Intercollegiate Athletic Conference tournament yesterday. They won 90-71 over Lemoyne-Owen. Benedict actually trailed 32-31 at the half before closing the game on a 59-39 run. Malachi McCoy, 7 of 8 from the field. He finished up with 14 points and 9 rebounds in 17 minutes off the bench. The Tigers back out again tomorrow night in quarterfinal round action against Albany State. As for the Jacksonville Lady Dolphins, they closed out their regular season schedule last night, a 77-64 loss to the top team in the Atlantic Sun, Florida Gulf Coast. Shalonda Neely just 2 points, 2 assists, and 2 blocks in 12 minutes off the bench. Seeded fourth, Jacksonville opening the A-Sun Conference tournament on Saturday at home against fifth-seeded North Florida. A busy weekend for Bahamians on the indoor track and field circuit with conference championships taking center stage at the Mountain West Conference. We can tell you UNLV's Asasia Aswood finishing second in the women's weight throw. She set a new national record, a heave of 62 feet 5 inches at the Mountain Pacific Championships. Washington State's Charisma Taylor winning the triple jump, a mark of 43 feet 7 1/4 inches. She was also fourth in the 60 hurdles in 8.29. At the Big 12 Championships, Kansas State's Kyle Alsonate third in the high jump. He cleared 6'11 3/4. Corey Sherrard at the Missouri Valley Championships for Southern Illinois. He was fourth in the 400, his time 49.25 seconds. At the SEC Championships, Laquan Nairn second in the long jump. He cleared 26 feet 3 3/4 inches. He was also fourth in the triple jump. He soared 52 2 3/4 for the Arkansas Razorbacks. Florida's Denisha Anderson, she was fourth in the quarter. Her time was 52.28 seconds. At the Big Ten Championships, Indiana's Giles Edian on top of the podium in the men's high jump, clearing a personal best 7'3 3/4. Purdue's Samson Colebrook, he was third in the 200, 20.91. He also ran the 60, finishing sixth there in 6.75. Ohio State at the Big Ten Championships as well. A good weekend for Divine Parker. She was second in both the 60 and the 200 in 7.36 and 23.24 respectively. Sean Miller also in the high jump with a top 8 finish. He was seventh, clearing 6'9 3/4. The Bahamian flag flying high at the Summit League Championships, courtesy of Oral Roberts. Sasha Wells winning the 60 and 60 hurdles in 7.64 and 8.44 respectively. She was also second in the deuce in 24.73. Kayvon Stubbs winning the 200 in 24.40, third in 60 in 7.72. Gabrielle Gibson was third in the 60 hurdles, 8.64. And on the men's side, Bradley Dormier is second in the 400, his time 47.99. From the Division I baseball diamond over the weekend, Araj Anu went 4 for 9, a double for Kentucky. They lost all 3 games to UNC Wilmington. Dante Short 4 for 10, 2 doubles, a stolen base, and 3 runs scored for Northwestern State. They went 2-1 against Eastern Illinois. Ellison Hanna 2 for 8, a double, a triple, a run scored for Indiana State. They swept all 3 games with Elon. As for BJ Murray, he was 2 for 12, an RBI and a run scored. FAU losing 2 games to 9th-ranked Florida State. They also lost another to 2nd-ranked Texas Tech. Elsewhere on the diamond over the weekend, Byron Murray went 5 for 13. He hit a grand slam, a double, a stolen base, 7 runs batted in, and 3 runs scored. Lynn winning 2 of 3 against St. Leo. Wade Weinberger 4 for 10, hitting his 2nd home run of the season. He also had a stolen base, 6 runs batted in, and 5 runs scored as Bryan College swept all 3 games from Kentucky Christian. Devin Monroe 3 for 6, 2 runs batted in, and 2 runs scored for Truett McConnell. They went 2-1 as well against Tennessee Wesleyan. As for Rio Russell, he plays for Warner. He was 1 for 11, 2 RBIs, and a run scored. They lost all 3 games to St. Thomas. Now, Warner was able to get in the win column yesterday against Cleary. Roll came on as a pinch runner. He stole a base and would score a run. And that will do it for sport. To check on weather is up next.
ZNS Total Sports is brought to you by 4th Terrace Diagnostic Center.